Alaba Musa Bambiala, Alaba Musa Bambiala, kò ní yé yín Bambiala, ẹ má ṣòfò Bambiala, ẹ̀yin wèrè Bambiala, Alaba Musa Bambiala, Alaba Musa Bambiala, short time Bambiala, short time Bambiala, ó má ṣòfò Bambiala, ó má ṣòfò Bambiala, Alaba Musa Bambiala. Your brothers and sisters full Lagos, where they do Pampiala up and down. They full all over the Nigeria. They hear me short time. They full all over the Nigeria. So go pack them, carry all of them, go your state. Go they use your Sharia law for them. No carry your Sharia law. Enter our own land. They hear me. Pack them, go your state, make give them food. Make they stop to do Pampiala all over the street in all the whole Nigeria. They hear me.
Hello and what's up guys. In this video we are diving straight into a major controversy shaking Yorubaland. The Sultan of Sokoto has spoken. There is no going back on Sharia law in the southwest. The battle between Islamic and traditional authorities is getting even more serious and the tension is rising fast. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, led by the Sultan of Sokoto, is not happy with the recent move by the Ekiti State Government. The state dissolved a Sharia arbitration panel in Ado Ekiti, and now the Sultan and his council are firing back. According to them, Muslims must be allowed to practice their religion freely, just like in the northern states. They claim this is another example of intolerance towards Muslims in the southwest. In fact, this is not the first time this is happening. The NSCIA reminded everyone that a similar Sharia panel in Oyo State was blocked after massive public backlash. They say this is unfair because the Nigerian Constitution allows for a Shariah Court of Appeal, and stopping it in the southwest is a violation of their religious right. But that's not all. The council also pointed out that Muslim students in the southwest still face serious challenges when it comes to wearing the hijab, even after the Supreme Court ruled in their favor. Now, with the way the Sultan is handling this issue, one thing is clear: Sharia law and Sharia courts are here to stay in Yorubaland. Whether people like it or not, they are not giving up. So what's next? Will Yoruba leaders fight back? Will this spark a bigger religious clash? Guys, I would let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look guys, and remember to share your thought after watching.
There is this press release letter from the Sultan of Sokoto. I don't know why the Sultan is prognosing at Yoruba Muslim affair under one unconstitutional organization formed by minority ethnic Muslim, from the north. First and foremost, who made the Sultan of Sokoto the custodian of Islam in southern Nigeria? I need to understand, because I don't know. You are everywhere in Yorubaland, from the Ogbomoso issue to the Alafin issue. Now Sharia law again. Is this what our Yoruba brothers and sisters who practice Islam want? Erunofe Solida. Can't you see? This has nothing to do with Islam at all. No, it's not about religion. That is why we are asking you to wake up. They want to use this organization and Sharia law to achieve their aim. There is nothing like the Nigerian Muslim Council. If it is for Nigeria, it will be rotational, south to north. This organization was never constitutional to start with, and is not backed by any legal framework. It is even an organization registered under the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission. You call it Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Commission, but the leader is always the Sultan of Sokoto. Yes, from 1973, another one took over in 2006, and you are saying it's for Nigeria. No, it's for the north. Why can't the Muslim in the south lead also, if it is indeed for Nigeria? No, keep your monarchical organization to yourself. This is to tell you, Yoruba Muslim, that is not an organization for you. This is not. The born to rule mentality is still alive. Why can't the leadership be rotational if indeed it is the Nigeria Council of Muslims? You are deceiving our people by claiming to fight for the right of Southern Muslims under an inherently biased organization, with the Sultan of Sokoto from the north always holding the leadership position. It's a monarchy system. Wake up, can't you see it? Wanted to replicate what they did in northern Nigeria, in southern part also. They know what they are doing with this organization. They know there is no supreme law or constitutional framework that back it. Yes, let them come approve it and explain it. So in the north, they first established Sharia law, and they used Sharia law to back this organization in the north, which made it legal under their customary law of the state. They did this to back the organization and make it more powerful. This is what they wanted to replicate in the west, and that is why they are backing it, their organization. Once you allow Sharia law, then Sharia law will make NSCIA legal, which means the Sultan of Sokoto, the leader and the president of the organization, will start controlling Yorubaland by proxy through Sharia. Politics at play. Go and study it. It happens in North. Do you know that Sharia law is not constitutional in this country? Do you know that the supreme law of this country does not back your Sharia? If Sharia is that meaningful as a law in this country, why is it that when your emir are fighting in Kano, fighting over Hausa too, why can't they take their matters to Shariah Court for settlement? Why? I think the usual propaganda is that the Shariah Court is for Muslims. Please, why don't your emir, both of them fighting for emirship, why can't they take it to Shariah Court? Why can't they take it there? We want to be deceiving our people with what does not work for you. Yoruba Muslims are not gullible. They are well groomed to the fact that Sharia in Nigeria, even entire Africa, is only used for politics and for domination. We only have one supreme law in this country that overrides and has justification and jurisdiction over any other law or court, and that is the Supreme Court of Nigeria, as it is in the Nigeria Constitution. Any attempt to bring alien law to Yorubaland through the back door will be ruthlessly kicked back. I'm satisfied you this as a bona fide Yoruba man from Ekiti State.
The Sultan of Sokoto, there is no place for Sharia law in Yorubaland. Understand that your jurisdiction is in the north. You are the Sultan of Sokoto, that is in the north, not in Yorubaland. We have Oyo of Ife. We have Alaafin of Oyo. These are the people we hold in high esteem. These are the people we, just like you, in the north. They will not come. The Alaafin of Oyo, for example, the Oyo of Ife, will not go to the north and tell you guys what to do, particularly the law you should operate. Understand that the law they operate for Yorubaland, a circular one, so that there is no superiority, particularly in religion, Christian, Muslim, traditional worshippers. We are all the same. If you commit any atrocity, they take it to the courts, and it is the courts that will decide. The law is uniform to everybody in Yorubaland. We understand that in the north they have Sharia law. You can't bring that to Yorubaland. You can't bring this unity. We have been existing together as one family with different religious beliefs for years. Don't try and plant this unity with this your advocacy, sir. When this core Sharia law started some months ago, they alleged that the backers of this law, they are from the north. They sponsored some of the Lebale law or the Lebale law in Yorubaland to push this Sharia law. Now, the Sultan of Sokoto has come out to say Sharia law should be in Yorubaland. Our Oyo of Ife will not cross his jurisdiction. Alaafin of Oyo will not do the same, which is one of the reasons why Yoruba people should understand why Seyi Makinde did not elect the other Alaafin of Oyo candidates that the Oyomeshi we are advocating for. You guys should understand this. Can you see the people of the north? They are planting molds in our system to push for what is alien to our laws. Our law is secular in nature. Alaafin of Oyo, Oyo of Ife, they understand this. They will not say, oh, because they practice. The former Alaafin of Oyo was a Muslim. He believes in short, he was very Islamic way. He never advocated for Sharia law. He respected that space, freedom of religion. Because if you are bringing Sharia law, we understand the bodies of Randi. During Ramadan fast, they will tell you this is a Yoruba Muslim space. Don't come and eat publicly. Christians should not come and eat publicly. African religion worshippers should not come and eat publicly. We don't want this unity. In the north, they respect Sultan of Sokoto. Talking back at him may be perceived as insult, but if it comes to Yorubaland, we will talk back intelligently. And if it's perceived as insult, it is because you are becoming a meddlesome interloper in another man's land.
This issue of Sharia seems to be something very personal to some of these guys from northern Nigeria. And I don't see meme. You don't see meme. I have seen meme. I have seen a level of disagreements, including insults upon insults between the Muslim Ronukus as well as the traditional Ronukus. The Yorubas, they are Yorubas, okay? The Ronukus are Yorubas, kind of like majority of them. So the Sultan of Sokoto has released a statement because in Nigeria, the Sultan of Sokoto is believed to be the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria by the settings, by the arrangement. So, and because they are the ones who kind of wrote the Nigerian Constitution, they ensured that for more than 40 times, Sharia was mentioned in Nigeria 1999 Constitution as amended now. All right? To the point that Nigeria is a country where they have two laws, one for the north and one for the rest of us in Nigeria. So the idea of pushing for Sharia in criminal and penal code of Yorubaland has been resisted. So in the last few weeks, they sponsored some Islamic fanatics in Yorubaland to begin to push the idea that Sharia must be established in Yorubaland apart from the normal, customary and conventional courts for everybody. According to the proponents of this Shariah Court of Appeal, in Oyo State, they wanted to start what they call the Shariah Courts. And in Lagos State, they want a Sharia Court. Across Yorubaland, they want Sharia Court. But they have met a serious resistance from the majority of Yorubas, including Yoruba Muslims, who are saying that in Yorubaland, the Muslims, the Christians, and the other religions, they are coexisting under the current existing penal code as well as the criminal code of Nigeria. There is no religious court in any part of Yorubaland, not like the northern Nigeria, where they have Islamic courts called Sharia court. They also have Islamic police called Isba police, in northern Nigeria. And, from the experience, a lot of us from the southern part of Nigeria have become, especially the southwest, we have seen the damages, of using the political Sharia in Nigeria, where the criminal politicians from northern part of Nigeria are allowed to loot. They are allowed to commit all kinds of crimes, including drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and what have you. But the poor people have become the victims. They have been those, their Sharia law has been somehow like forced on. We have seen them sentence people to death. They have sentenced their people to have their hands chopped off. They have sentenced people to public lashing. We have seen them threaten people. We have also seen their mob, in the name of Allah, burn somebody to death, beheaded the other, or stone somebody to death in the name of blasphemy. So all these kind of things today, they have made us, especially in Yorubaland, to say no. Saying no is not because the Yorubas are not acceptance or they are intolerance of Islam. No. So this is what they have been pushing. So their Sultan of Sokoto released this statement. Let me read it in part. Okay? They call it live and let live, according to the Sultan of Sokoto. So in part, he said, give me a second. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, under the leadership of its President General and the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Mohammed Sahad Abubakar, CFR, is particularly disturbed about the high state of intolerance and disregard for the rights of Muslims. You did hear him? He said, especially in the southern part of the country. The most recent of this is the development emanating from Ekiti State, where the effort of the Muslim community to set up an independent Sharia arbitration panel was met with unwarranted resistance and objections from both political and traditional quarters. This is coming barely a few weeks after the announcement on the inauguration of the Sharia panel in Oyo State, generated unnecessary anxiety, thereby leading to its indefinite postponement. The Independent Arbitration Panel, which is a voluntary platform designed solely for the resolution of civil and marital disputes among consenting Muslims, was to fill the inexplicable vacuum created by the failure of the political elite in southwestern Nigeria to establish Sharia courts, as allowed by the Nigerian Constitution in southwestern states, despite the huge population of Muslims in the region. This is the Sultan of Sokoto inciting Islamic wahala in Yorubaland. Are you following? This and other cases, such as the denial of the right of female students to wear the hijab, despite a Supreme Court judgment, are nothing but calculated attempts to prevent Muslims in the region from practicing their faith. Are you hearing that now? People are saying that no to Sharia. The Sultan of Sokoto said it is to prevent the Muslims in the region from practicing their faith. Sultan of Sokoto is inciting Islamic war in Yorubaland. You follow? That meanwhile, arbitration and the Shariah Court of Appeal, just like the customary Court of Appeal, which all of them are provided for in the 1999 Constitution as amended of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, see Section 275, confirming the legality of both initiatives. The NSCIA strongly supports the establishment of independent Sharia arbitration panel in Ekiti and Oyo, who kill this Sultan of Sokoto for the purpose so intended, especially where the Muslims in the states have been denied their constitutional right to a Sharia Court of Appeal in all the states of the southwestern Nigeria. The council cannot find any legal jurisdiction for the unnecessary alarm and unwarranted resistance. All the states in the north have Sharia courts, and some, in addition, have customary courts. The council calls on the governors and traditional authorities in the southern part of the country, particularly the southwest, to ensure that the constitutional rights of Muslims in their respective domains are preserved and protected. While others are allowed to live, Muslims should also be let live. You see now, this is what the Ronukus have been reacting to. Say now, Google kill this Sultan of Sokoto. Alaye Sultan of Sokoto, what do you mean that the Muslims are not being allowed to practice their religion? Shebi Sharia is for Muslim, abi? Customary court, did they tell you that customary court is a Christian court? Abi na Babalawo court? It is the local traditional court where the disputes about marriage, about land and what have you are settled, right? Do you see the problem now? Yorubas were not invited to the drafting of 1999 Constitution. Igbos were never invited. Southern Nigeria, Northern Nigeria were never invited. Fulanis selected the people that would write them in their midst of their elite to set up a constitution, and they forced it on the rest of us in 1999. Since then, it has been cut and join, cut and paste constitution, but most plastered, edited, fake constitution in the history of Nigeria since 1999. The Yorubas did not vote for 1999 constitution. The Igbos did not vote for 1999 constitution. Those who put Sharia inside it, what they are practically saying is that according to the law of Nigeria, normal, you get, there must be Sharia court in the east, there must be Sharia court in the middle belt, there must be Sharia court all over Nigeria. Anywhere you see Muslim, there must be Sharia court for them. They cannot use the same court as others because they are Muslims. They have their own set rules, set laws, and therefore they must be allowed because under their freedom of religion. There is nothing that says that they have to set up the Babalawo's court. There is nothing in their constitution that says that they must set up a Christian court. But there is something there that says that they must set up Sharia court, as well as customary court in Nigeria. Now, those who drafted that nonsense constitution, right? They practically have the Northern Nigeria in mind because they know that they will ask for Sharia because they claim to be Muslims, Islamic in the north. The southern part of Nigeria is expected to have customary courts. Here you get now. But what the Sultan of Sokoto is saying is that according to your constitution, that Sharia court didn't say specifically that it must be for the north. It says there must be Sharia court across Nigeria. That is where the Ronukus have now started saying, what do you call yourself, Mr. Sultan of Sokoto? The Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs. Benny, your Islamic affair or no Islamic affair, or whether you are the leader of, this one they give you the title of the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria. Baba, if I say, you the mad, you are the leader of the Muslims in northern Nigeria, and you Okoja, what do you call that place? Sokoto, Katsina, northern Kaduna, part of Adamawa, part of Borno, then come back to part of Niger. Alaye, your Sultan or Sultan of Sokoto for Muslim, you know reach Yorubaland. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. But guess what? The Ronukus of southern Nigeria, who are Kasimu, Kasimu of Yorubaland. They are now telling anybody who cares, everyone that cares to listen, that the Sultan of Sokoto is their leader. Let me tell you something. For all of us Muslims, Sultan of Sokoto is our leader. If he says that whatever he says, we obey. So since yesterday, Baba, it has been the fight between them. Again, if you have been active online, you probably would have seen a few of them. Every layer, left, right, and center. If this one is not saying Abogun won't kill Sultan of Sokoto, Abaye Satan never Jenny. If they burn your Satan, well, they come down to Yorubaland. You see that bedsheet where they head, that bedsheet they go wrap them, they go take wrap back. I tell you, my Yuri Satan from left to right, come on, unwrap that bedsheet on his head. Sure you get, the just Satan you go. I was like, sure, sure you get. Everybody shall calm down. Yoruba says we don't want Sharia. Muslims of Yorubaland, those ones who are not the Omoales, those ones who believe that their own culture and tradition is inferior to their religion, those ones who are not trying to put one above the other, those who have been coexisting for centuries. Is it up to centuries now? 100 years is century, 200 years. And now, Muslims and Christians and the other religions in Yorubaland have been coexisting. So we don't need Sharia in order to be able to live or practice our religion, or anybody practicing their religion in southern Nigeria. Is it by force? Sultan of Sokoto, is it by force?
Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. You are the Hausa people today, I ask you. Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. If something don't happen to them. Traitors, saboteurs in your midst, they will promise them heaven and earth. They will give them anything they ask for in order to ensure that they get into you, they subjugate you. Now they have left the Lauren, having taken a Lauren and taken it to Sokoto. They now want to come into Oyo. They want to come into Ondo. Once they take over all those places, it's over for the Yoruba race. Over for you. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant doing Babi Yala somewhere in Zaria. That is the future that awaits you. Now, our people must understand this very clearly, especially my Yoruba brothers and sisters. It is about time you stop supporting evil.